I now invite Professor Jain, Director of IIT Gandhinagar, to address the audience.
Shri Pankaj Patel, our chief guest today, esteemed guests, colleagues, students. I'm very delighted here to see all of you to mark the inaugural day of our year-long retrospection of our journey so far, and how do we plan to move forward. We have planned numerous activities in the year ahead, workshops, seminars, discussions, and see where we are, where we wish to go. I'm particularly thankful, Pankaj Bhai, for you to be here with us today. We started with a premise, and the premise was that if a new institution is going to be created with public money, taxpayers' money, in 21st century, it has to learn and benefit from what the previous set of institutions did in 50s and 60s. And we must build on that experience. And we must try to build an institution which is one generation ahead, which is much better. That was the aspiration. We set for ourselves certain values. We said for us, the students come first. We are here for the students. Students are not here for us. And therefore, every decision we take, everything we do, we must keep students in the center. We must figure out what is right for them. We said we don't want to be a teaching school alone. We have to be a top quality research institution whose research is not esoteric only, but it is going to make a difference, which will pay back for the taxpayers' money, which will make a difference to our society, to our country. And the third premise was that we would be very engaged and concerned about the societal issues. Not only we will do the right things, not only we will engage with the underprivileged sections, but we will try to see that our students become sensitive to those issues. In order to achieve these three major objectives, we needed to innovate a lot. We started in 2008. There was a certain assumption, there was a certain expectation that these are the second generation IITs. They will take 20 years, 40 years to come up to the same level as the first generation IITs. It was assumed that if you don't get admission in the first generation IIT, then you go to IIT Gandhinagar. If you don't get a faculty job in the first generation IIT, then you take a faculty job in IIT Gandhinagar. These were the roadblocks that we had, and we needed to innovate. We needed to challenge the conventional wisdom. Quite often we were told that what you are embarking to do will not work and you will burn your fingers, and we still went ahead and did that. Our biggest challenge in 2008, 2009 was how do we create a pool of outstanding faculty? And we said if we were to follow the conventional methods of faculty recruitment, it will give us only the conventional results, which is not going to be suitable to us. We changed the faculty recruitment process. We were told that this is suicidal. How can you do that? How would somebody want to join a second generation IIT on a temporary job if he has an offer for a regular permanent job in another institution? And we said that is exactly the type of courageous people we want to collect here, who would not mind doing that, who would not mind joining a good institution for good ethos and would not care. We are looking for faculty who would say, can IIT Gandhinagar keep me here? Who would not be scared of job security. We changed the recruitment process and we have had fantastic results. How do we manage faculty? We had to change that. We had to bring interdisciplinarity. We had to say that we will share the laboratories. Some of you saw the video. We were working in a rented premises to begin with. We built some shades. We tried to create laboratories there. And there was no luxury for us to give every faculty member a separate independent laboratory. And we said, let's use that as a virtue. And let's create shared laboratories. Let's create interdisciplinary laboratories. Let's create a system where an electrical engineer will work with a material scientist. A chemical engineer will work with a chemistry colleague. We needed to innovate on curriculum. the standard IIT system curriculum would not do for IIT Gandhinagar. We started with a 5-week foundation program. We said for 5 weeks we will not teach classes. And my colleagues in other IIT systems said, oh my God, if you don't teach 5 weeks, what will happen to them? We said we are teaching them for 4 years. Let us teach them some good things for 5 weeks. Physics can wait. Mechanical engineering can wait. We decided that we would make our students not only good engineers, but we'll try to make them good human beings. For that, we will have to teach them a lot of humanities. We will have to teach them a lot of social sciences, teach them about the society. We have skepticism all around, inside included. Some of my own colleagues would come to me, and fortunately, I'm very fortunate that my colleagues are very blunt. They will come and directly talk to me. And I remember some of them coming to me and saying, Professor Jain, we are teaching less number of courses of electrical engineering or mechanical engineering. How will our students compete in the market? And I said, they can learn electrical engineering anytime. But they will never learn humanities and social sciences if I don't teach them. And that has paid us extremely rich dividends. We said we will deal with our students, student affairs in a different manner. And some of the earlier speakers mentioned about that. We said we will treat our students as adults, give them all the autonomy, hold them accountable for their actions at the end of it. And in that respect, I'm very grateful to the faculty team that had a faith in that philosophy. And our students, again, have proved themselves to be worthy of that trust. We needed to create extracurricular opportunities for our students to grow. Not just the foundation program. Some 3 or 4 years back, we created the Explorer Fellowship, where our students explore the length and breadth of India on extremely low budget in the summer months, where they are not allowed to travel by train, air-conditioned train. They are not allowed to travel by aircraft. They must live like ordinary Indians on a very, very low budget and understand what is India. Those are the kind of things that we needed to do. We needed to work on a different paradigm of dealing with staff. If we are going to say that we are a socially conscious institution, how do you treat the housekeeping staff that is outsourced? How do you treat the security staff that is outsourced? How can you reduce the gap that exists on the privileges and the benefits that an outsourced staff gets versus so-called regular employees? We had to do a lot of innovation there, and we needed to change things. We said if you want to be the Takshila and the Nalanda of 21st century India, where the world will look at this institution with respect, we are too small to do that. We will need the engagement and the support of everybody who is interested in creating a Takshila and Nalanda in India. In other words, we must be very inclusive, which means that anybody who has something to contribute is most welcome. And you heard Harsh Bhargav today, sitting in New Jersey, his heart beats for IIT Gandhinagar. And this is the kind of people that we said we needed to come here, get involved with us in whatever format they can and contribute. Not only contribution, we said if there is anybody who can benefit from IIT Gandhinagar, we must be having our doors open. People get surprised. IIT Gandhinagar might be the only institution in the country which perhaps would say, you may be anybody, you can come and register for a course at IIT Gandhinagar. Anybody can register for any course at IIT Gandhinagar by paying a small nominal fees. We call them non-degree student. Come and learn anything. Every year, we receive very large number of students from across the country to come and do summer research, undergraduates. Our challenge is that we are a publicly funded institution. We have colleagues who are on the rolls of IIT Gandhinagar. We have students who are on the rolls of IIT Gandhinagar. It does not mean that IIT Gandhinagar belongs only to them. IIT Gandhinagar belongs to nobody, and IIT Gandhinagar belongs to everybody. Those are the kind of innovations that we needed to do. We needed to build a huge network of well-wishers who will, in a sustainable manner, contribute to the institute. You heard Dheeraj Sanghi, who said This is his 59th visit to IIT Gandhinagar. As a professor of IIT Kanpur, he would write on a blog saying that if he is a JE1 ranker today, he would go to IIT Gandhinagar. On a smallest possible situation, we could count on Dheeraj's support. We had to recruit and seek help from numerous well-wishers, not only those who can give us donations and money, but also those who can help us in academic discussions. The last 10 years have been very, very satisfying years for all of us. We have built great faculty. If somebody were to look at last 50 or last 75 faculty members that IIT Gandhinagar has recruited, look at their credentials. And look at the last 50 or last 75 faculty members that have been recruited by any other institution and their credentials. My feeling is that we will come out winner. We have been able to recruit some exceptional faculty. We have been able to create a great student culture where students are part of the solutions, where students sit with us, discuss with us what is the issue, and we tell them we have this problem and you have got to solve it. We might be the only institution where between 1,600 students, we just have 2 wardens. And my feeling is that those 2 wardens, perhaps if you talk to them privately, they will say, pretty much everything goes on autonomous mode. We only have to worry about when we have to maybe buy some new furniture because of increase in student strength. Because we have autonomous student body which acts in a very, very responsible manner. We have fantastic staff that is engaged. Numerous visitors will come to us and will say what positive response they get from our staff. We have raised substantial philanthropic money. In fact, there have been times when the philanthropic money IIT Gandhinagar has raised is more than many of the older IITs. When I came here in 2009, I said if we are to create a world-class university, we would be funded by the public money. We will be funded by the government money, the taxpayers' money, for paying our bills, the electricity, the salary. But philanthropy will pay for the excellence. And that is exactly what is happening today. The next 25 years are going to be challenging. There have been times when I have addressed the students and I have said, not only you must learn how to handle your failures, but you must also learn how to handle your success. Not many people know how to handle their success. And I think the challenge for my student body, for my alumni body, for my colleagues on the faculty and staff will be, it's great to celebrate 10 years. It's great to be happy about the wonderful campus that we have built. It is great to take pride in the faculty that we have recruited. But are we capable of handling our success for next 25 years? That will be the question that we will have to struggle with. Have we built the culture? Or all of this that we have heard, Shobit said, that we have built this campus where students and faculty and staff have given inputs on how to design the campus. They have said, what do we want in the campus? I remember one of the first early master plan design where the design looked absolutely promising. And the students came and said, looks like the distance between the hostel and the academic area is hardly 20 meters, 30 meters. We don't want to live near the academic buildings. We want to be away. The students, the undergraduates, they said, when we are in the academic area, we want to think academics. When we are in the hostel area, we not want to think about academics. Allow us to stay away. And we had to tell our master plan consultant, please, redo it. It's very well to say that this is what we did, but the question is, will we continue to do that for the next 25 years? It is very well to say today that my young assistant professors, they recruit the faculty, they recruit even the associate professors and the full professors. The question is, will 20 years down the line, we will have the courage to have that much faith in the young assistant professors that we have today? The question is, will we keep the spirit of innovation and inclusivity as we grow? When we were 100 students, 200 students, people said, yeah, you can do it because you're a small school. As you will grow, you will not be able to do it. We started with 90 students admission. They said, yeah, your batch is very small, 90 students, 100 students. You can do a foundation program. Today we have 194 students. We are still doing foundation program, even better, because we are learning from that. But the question is, when we will, with 1,000 students admission in BTech program, will we be able to do the foundation program as well? Will we be as flexible, what Dheeraj said? Will our students feel as empowered when we are 10,000 student campus? Will our alumni be engaged? As I fondly say, that today, if we have raised more than 40 crore rupees worth of donations over the years, 99.5% of those donations have come from non-alumni. And the reason they have contributed to IIT Gandhinagar is not because they owe anything to us, because they have faith in IIT Gandhinagar, because they are excited about what is happening in IIT Gandhinagar. Will my alumni step into those shoes? Will my alumni, 20 years down the line, when they start to do well, when they will say, wow, IIT Gandhinagar is doing well, can we step in? Will we be known for making a difference through our alumni, through our contributions to the society, through our research? Will we be known nationally and internationally? As Dheeraj said, if you are ranker 1, he will join IIT Gandhinagar. I must say today, I honestly believe that we give the best undergraduate education in the country. Absolutely no question about that. Yet, the society doesn't understand it. A young kid, 16 years or 17 years, he looks at the JEE brochure and he says, wow, okay, which is the IIT that is most sought after? He fills up that. IIT Gandhinagar comes way below. We can't remain like this forever. We need this order to change. We want everybody to know IIT Gandhinagar is number 1. Will we be able to reach that? Personally, to me, I've been here more than 9 years, and this has been the most satisfying period of my professional life. I cannot ever wish anything better could have happened to me. The love and affection, the support that I received from all our stakeholders, whether this is our students, that is our faculty and staff, that is our well-wishers, has been absolutely amazing. The support that the government has provided us, the central government, the state government, the government officers, has been amazing. Many times I make a presentation in India, in US, in Europe, and quite often a question will come, especially from Indians living abroad, is, how are you able to do all this? Does government allow you all that? And my always answer is, government has never come in the way of anything that we ever wanted. Every time somebody asks me, Professor Jain, what is your biggest challenge in IIT Gandhinagar? And my answer has always been the same. My biggest challenge has been the aspiration deficit that my internal and external stakeholders have. The fact that my colleagues inside the institute, the fact that my students inside the institute, the fact that my well-wishers out the institute, they still look at me and say, can he do it? Can they do it? Can IIT Gandhinagar become that? They cannot stop comparing us with the old IITs. They cannot always say, this is what they should do because that is what happens in IIT X and IIT Y. And it is extremely challenging for us to tell them that we are not here in competition with the old IIT system. We are here in the competition with ourselves, and we are here to meet our aspirations. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here today. We are extremely grateful to all of you for your support, for your encouragement, for your participation. Thank you.